Imagine being a plant. You're rooted to one spot. You can't walk over to a stream for a drink, you can't run from a hungry caterpillar, and you definitely can't put on a jacket when it gets cold. Because they're stationary, plants have been forced to become some of the most ingenious engineers on the planet. They've designed themselves to thrive in impossible conditions, from dark rainforests to baking deserts. Today, we're looking under the leaves and into the roots to see how everything from a needle to a giant petal is actually a purpose-built tool for survival. Let's start with the leaf. For a plant, the leaf is the kitchen. It's where sunlight is turned into food. But different kitchens are built for different conditions. In a tropical jungle, it rains almost every day. A constantly wet leaf can rot or grow fungus. So many rainforest plants have leaves with drip tips, a sharp, pointed end that acts like a gutter, channeling water off the leaf as fast as possible. Now, let's go to the desert. Water is everything. A big, broad leaf would lose water instantly, so a cactus did something radical. It turned its leaves into sharp, dry spines. These needles do two jobs perfectly. First, they stop precious water from escaping. Second, they protect the plant from any thirsty animal looking for a drink. And what about plants that live on water? A lily pad has its breathing holes on the top of its leaves, not the bottom, so it doesn't drown. It's a simple, brilliant solution. But what holds it all together? The roots. These are the hidden adaptations, the anchor and the lifeline. Mangrove trees live in thick, salty mud with no air. To survive, they've developed vertical roots that stick up out of the mud like snorkels, literally breathing air. In the Australian desert, some plants send a single taproot straight down for over 30 meters. That's as tall as a 10-story building, just to reach the deep underground water table. And in the rainforest, where giant trees grow in very shallow soil, they need support. They grow massive buttress roots, giant wooden wings that spread out from the base to keep them from tipping over in a storm. Once a plant has survived, it needs to start the next generation, but it wants its seeds to grow far away so they don't have to compete for the same patch of sun and water. So, plants developed tools for travel. The dandelion seed has a tiny parachute to catch the wind. Burrs have tiny hooks, a natural Velcro to hitch a ride on a passing animal. And the coconut? It's a seed designed for an ocean voyage. Its waterproof shell and air-filled husk let it float for months until it finds a new beach to call home. Of course, to make seeds, you have to survive long enough. Since they can't run, plants have to be tough. Many have a thick, waxy layer on their leaves, which acts like sunscreen to stop them from losing water or getting burnt. Some, like the pebble plant, use camouflage, looking exactly like a rock to hide from hungry animals. And some fight back. The stinging tree of Queensland has microscopic glass-like needles that inject venom if touched. Then there's the Venus flytrap. It lives in soil with no nutrients, so it invented a trap, a structural adaptation for hunting insects to get the minerals it needs. So next time you're in a garden or a park, take a closer look. Don't just see a plant, see the engineering. See the waxy leaf, the thorns, the shape of the roots. Every single feature is a clue, a story of survival written into its very structure, a story about how to thrive without ever taking a single step.